2024 Impact Players, we head to Los Angeles, California. We're going to talk about Miller Moss. Now, Miller Moss will be replacing Caleb Williams, so he's immediately going to be in a very tough position. Now, he had a very impressive bowl game at the Holiday Bowl. He set a record for touchdowns thrown against Louisville with 6 tutties. He's going to be looking to build off that. I think it's important to note that, that game helped cement him into a place of comfortability within the offense and also in Lincoln Riley's eyes. There was a lot of talk before that game that Lincoln Riley was going to go to the portal to get a quarterback to replace Caleb Williams. Miller Moss had a great, spectacular performance, and what do you know? Now Miller Moss is the favorite to be the quarterback for the 2024 season. So I think Lincoln has a lot of faith and a lot of trust in Miller Moss and what he can bring to the USC offense. And, to be fair, every quarterback has succeeded under Lincoln Riley. So Miller Moss is slated to be the next person. Like I said, he's going to be into a challenging role following Caleb and, even more so entering the Big Ten, where there's going to be a lot of stiff defenses. So we'll see. The USC quarterback position it's maybe the most coveted position in all of college football. Like, to be the quarterback of USC is a special position. Will Miller Moss have the grit and the tenacity to live up to that and to live up to those expectations? Now, there's going to be a lot of new faces in terms of what's going to be surrounding him in terms of talent. Mario Williams entered the transfer portal. He's at Tulane. Dorian Singer, he's entered the transfer portal. Now he's at Utah. Like, those are some of his better receivers for USC last year. So the receiver room is going to be new. It's going to be young. But that said, I think it has a lot of potential. Obviously, the first name that jumps out at you is Zachariah Branch, the 5-star recruit that was a freshman last year. He flashed and had some really big plays early on in the season. Like, he's an explosive player. He's he's going to be a threat in every game to be that down the field, take the top off the defense kind of guy. So you're going to look to him to be that playmaker. But it's Mekhi Lemon and Kobe Lane that they're going to look to be like those go-to receivers. I think Zachariah Branch, a little bit of a knock on him, is needs to work on route running and blocking and separation a little bit. Whereas Mekhi Lemon and Kobe Lane seem to fit the receiver build a little better. Don't have the breakaway ability like Zachariah, but they both are really good receivers. So I think Miller Moss is going to have a lot of weapons to throw to. And that's before we even get to Deuce Robinson. Man, if this guy, if he had some drop issues last year, but if this guy can really figure it out, he's 6'6", big body. If he's able to take the next step, he can be a serious threat. Kind of like a Johnny Wilson type of what Florida State had last year. He's going to be hard to cover if you get a guy like that who can move like he can. So if he's able to take the next step from them, the receivers at USC, while a lot unproven, could be very lethal. Now, when we look at the USC schedule now, they enter their first year into the Big Ten. It's a very, very front-loaded schedule. Their first 6 games, they open up with LSU. Then they have Michigan, Wisconsin, and Penn State. That's their first 6 games. And then they end the season with a game against Notre Dame. So they have a pretty challenging schedule, especially in the beginning. Are they going to get knocked in the mouth? What's the USC defense going to look like? They're making some changes on defense in terms of what their perception is of how it is and what their attitude is going into practice, and be a little bit more gritty. But I think they're going to have a great great success in the Big Ten. So Miller Moss has a clean slate in front of him. They're approaching a new conference, new game scheme. So I think it'll be good moving forward. Excited to see Miller Moss play.